Mr. Hammond dislocated elbow. It's now reduced, but he's going to need a fracture clinic appointment, okay?
See the guy with Nick? He's from the GMC.
Morton, yeah.
You okay about that?
Sure. I always knew it was going to happen, so... What we got?
Lucy Golden, age 8, taken ill overnight. This is Dr. Carson, her GP, and her mother, Debbie.
The temperature was 39 at home. Pulse at 140 regular. She complained of a sore throat last night.
Okay, any medication?
Yes, she's on 5 milligrams of prednisolone each morning for nephrotic syndrome.
She was fine till this morning, then I couldn't wake her.
And when was she diagnosed with the nephrotic syndrome?
6 weeks ago.
Okay, well, let's get her stabilised and we'll see what we can find. Okay, let's get a cannula in and bloods for FBC, U&E, CRP and a venous gas. 10 ml per kilo bolus of saline fluid and 50 milligrams of hydrocortisone. Okay?
Tonsillitis.
That's my guess. Good thing you brought her in before she got more septic.
I was just concerned that it was going to become Addison's.
Let's hope not. Did you spot the kidney disorder, the nephrotic syndrome?
Yeah.
Good catch.
Just lucky.
Ah, it's more than that. You brought her in.
Yeah, well, it was quicker. They just lived down the road from me.
One of the perils of being a country GP.
You do tend to get roped in a bit, yeah.
Zach, have you got a sec to look at Mr. Jevons in Cubicle 3?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to bring the mother up to speed, or have you got to shoot off?
No, it's fine. I'll tell her.
Okay, cool. Her temperature and pulse have settled, and her lactate's only slightly raised now.
Does that mean she's going to be all right?
She's going to be fine. Good job Dr. Carson brought her in right away.
I knew I should have asked you to look at her last night. I just thought she was tired.
It wasn't your fault. The main thing is she's going to be all right. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
That's what we're here for. I'll try and get her admitted as soon as there's a bed available.
3, please. 1, 2, 3. There was no loss of consciousness, no obvious injuries. Down on 3. 1, 2, 3. But he did seem a bit vague at the scene. He asked for some painkillers, so I've given him 5 of morphine.
Great. Lovely. Thanks, Dixie.
Okay.
Hello, George. My name is Dr. Sam Nicholls. Do you have pain anywhere? Your neck, chest, head?
The neck's a bit stiff.
The paramedic said you seemed a bit dazed. What do you remember from the accident?
I don't know. Just a bloody big bang.
Okay. I'm going to give you a once-over. Is that all right?
Well, it's just as well I've got clean grollies on then.
Grollies?
Undo.
Pants. Does that hurt?
No, it's nothing. Just rheumatism.
Can you tell me what it feels like?
Tingly, like.
Lloyd? He's suffering from anterograde amnesia and paresthesia in his arm. I think we should just skip the X-ray and jump straight to a CT scan of his brain and cease mine.
Right. Listen, Doctor.
Oh, try and keep still now.
I told you I'm okay.
Old soldiers never die, eh? Just get stroppier.
How did you know?
We still call them grollies. They won't let me wear my uniform around here. They say it intimidates the other scab lifters.
Scab lifters. We used to call them medicals.
Oh, see? There's just no respect anymore, George. Well, if you could lie nice and still for me, try to relax, and I'll be back in a sec.
Dr. Nicholls.
You're still here? I thought you'd be gone by now.
I just wanted to make sure Lucy was settled. Has a George Carson been brought in?
Yeah, he's... Wait, Carson? Is he a relative of yours?
Your father. How is he?
Okay, a bit shaken up. He's just through here.
Dad? What the hell happened?
Someone drove into the car.
Yeah, I know. Police called me. Where were you going?
We're going to the shops. No, this is about the car.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I just don't understand what you were doing.
Well, you weren't at home, were you? Eh?
All right, Dad. Just give me 1 minute, okay? Sam.
The paramedic said he was unfocused at the scene and he has paresthesia in his left arm.
He lost consciousness.
He says not.
Mind you, he wouldn't tell you there was. If he broke his leg, he'd try not to limp. I'm sorry about this. He's not the easiest man in the world to deal with.
He lives with you?
For the last 6 weeks. His place has got subsidence. It should have been sorted years ago, but he wouldn't ask anyone to look at it. And then the end war started to fall down.
Keen to hang on to his independence?
Yeah, putting it mildly.
Hello.
Jacob Norton.
Sam?
I told you I was fine.
Do you want me to pull rank on you?
I'd like to see you try. I was going,
George, talk to me. Where's the pain?
here.
Move your fingers.
I can't.
Okay. How's that? Better or worse?
Oh, that's better. It's going away now.
Have you had this pain before?
Yeah, a few months it comes and goes.
What about earlier today, at the time of the accident?
Yeah, I had it earlier today. I was going to get some painkillers from the chemist.
Have you seen your doctor about this?
I wouldn't take up the time. Anyway, Robert gave me some pills. A tramadol, I think. It worked. At least it used to.
What do you mean, used to? When was the last time you took them?
The day before yesterday was the last one. Robert said he didn't have any more, and I thought he could manage. But I needed something.
Have you been feeling rough, too? Had the sweats?
How do you know?
Just a guess. Okay, well, I'm going to try and bump you up the list for that scan. In the meantime, at ease. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you...
How's he doing?
Okay. Can I have a word with you?
Yeah, sure. What about?
George is complaining of pain in his left arm. He says he's had it before.
Rheumatism. I think it bothers him more than I admit.
But this is acute. He said you gave him tramadol.
Yeah.
What was his dosage?
100 milligrams when needed. Look.
Was he sticking to that?
As far as I know.
So why couldn't you give him any more?
Well,
You do realise he's in withdrawal. At least that's what it seems like to me.
I don't know. I haven't seen him today.
But you did think he was developing a dependency.
I thought he might be upping the dosage, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, he came to me and said he'd lost some tablets. Then he said he needed some more because they hadn't been working as well as they'd been before.
Did you examine him?
He wouldn't let me. I mean, you've seen what he's like.
And yet you still gave him tramadol.
Up until a couple of days ago, yeah. I thought if I told him I'd run out, it'd force him to go to his own GP to be properly examined.
But instead he got in a car and went looking for a chemist. You must have been aware of the dangers that...
Dr. Nicholls, sorry. CD can take Mr. Carson now.
Okay. Well, the scan shouldn't take too long.
I'll go with you, Dad, okay?
You don't have to.
Dad, for God's sake.
Can we get on with it?
Listen, about what you were saying earlier. You're right. I should have made him have an exam before prescribing, or at least insisted he visit his own GP. If it'd been anybody else, I would have done.
So why didn't you with him?
Because I knew he wouldn't go. I knew he'd just suffer in silence.
Excuse me. They're ready for you now. Great, thanks. He's going to need help getting off that level of pain relief.
I know.
Has he always been this stubborn?
Pretty much. Always stiff and bullheaded, at least with me. The irony is, of course, he spent 40 years working at the probation service with young offenders. Got them to trust him, got a lot of them out of trouble.
Well, why don't you take a leaf out of his book?
How do you mean?
Well, I'll get him to trust you. At least talk to him. Be a start. Be a lot easier if we just didn't let the relatives in, right?
Yes, it would.
Sorry, Dylan, Mr. Jordan wants you to. Mr. Jordan wants you to go now. You're the last one.
Right, well, at the moment I'm more interested in getting answers than giving them.
Right. Mrs. Jarvis.
Sorry.
You've got some odd scarring there, George. What's that from?
An accident, the army.
What kind of accident?
What's that got to do with anything? It was 50 years ago, more.
Dad, Dr. Nicholls can't do her job if you don't tell her everything she needs to know.
I did tell her. I told her it was an accident.
George, your CT scan is showing a foreign body in your neck, very close to your jugular vein, and it's pressing on the brachial plexus, which is a large bundle of nerves, hence why you're getting the pain in your arm. I want you to see an ENT surgeon, okay? But first, I really need to know what we're looking at.
If you must know, it was a grenade. Malaya, 1955.
What? What happened?
Well, what do you think?
Were you treated at the time?
Some bandages. I didn't need anything else.
You did. You just didn't think you did. Okay, so more recently, when did you first start to get the pain in your arm?
Well, it's been getting worse these last few months.
Why didn't you tell me? Why did you just pretend it was just rheumatics?
You don't need to know everything about me.
Even something would be nice.
You know you could get him into a lot of trouble, don't you?
Me? How?
Lying about the pain in your arm? Pressing him to give you painkillers, which family member GPs are not supposed to do.
He didn't tell me that.
Of course he didn't. You wouldn't go see your own GP, so what's he supposed to do? Let you suffer? You're his dad, aren't you? You still feeling okay?
Is Robert here?
Try and keep still. I think he's getting a coffee. I can fetch him for you if you like.
No, that's okay. You won't get him into trouble over those tablets, will you? It wasn't his fault.
No. From what I've seen, Robert is a good doctor. You should have let him look after you properly.
Listen, this operation, could I die?
With every operation, there's always a risk. But I think it's a small one in this case. Is that what's bothering you?
No, that. No.
What then? You can tell me.
I've been having nightmares ever since it started hurting. I was leading a platoon. 17-year-olds. National Service lads. It was their first mission. We were clearing villages. And when we cleared the last one, Bukit Shandu, it was stinging hot. And all I wanted was a cold beer. I let the lads go ahead. And then there's this shout. And I see it as soon as they do. A gold watch. But before I could stop them, there's a blinding flash and I'm on the ground. It was a booby trap. 10 of our lads killed outright. And I walk away with only this. The painkillers help stop the pain. And my memories.
It was a war.
It was my fault. I should have gone in first. They were someone's sons.
Have you ever told anyone?
No.
Not even Robert?
How could I tell my own son when I robbed so many families of theirs?
I'll check on ENT. If I see Robert, I'll ask him to come in. I think you should tell him. Dr. Nicholls. Hi. How's Lucy doing?
She's going to be fine. They want to keep her in, so I'm just going to nip home and get her some things. But I just wanted to say thanks again for everything you did.
Oh, no. You're welcome. It's really Robert you should be thanking.
I know. He's just been great.
Did he see Lucy at home or at the surgery?
The surgery, I brought her in. Why?
Oh, he just mentioned that you live close to him, so I just wondered.
Oh.
Is Robert your GP too? I mean, as well as Lucy's?
I never have time to be ill.
Lucky for you. Debbie, I'm just...
Sam, ENT say they'll be ready for Mr. Carson in a few minutes.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Lloyd.
I'd better go. I don't want to leave Lucy too long, but thanks again.
Okay, George, 5 minutes and you're up.
Have you seen Robert?
No. Don't worry, I don't think he's far away. I'll get one of the nurses to look for him, okay?
Oh, no, don't bother. Just,
George? George? Can we get some help here, please?
What's happened?
His airway's occluded. There's a piece of shrapnel embedded in his neck. It's been there for years. I think it's nicked his jugular. The bleeding is obstructing his airway. Linda, difficult airway trolley.
Sam, what happened?
His airway's occluded. Okay, we need to get ready for a cricoid. Let's get him a tube in now.
That's at 90%, oxygen not improving.
You may struggle to get the tube down if he's that swollen, so be prepared to do a tracheostomy.
I'm going to try, okay? Lloyd, 120 milligrams of ketamine and 100 of Sux. Okay. Cricoid on. Oh, the anatomy's so distorted, I can't...
Just take your time, Sam.
That's at 65.
Okay, I can see the chords. Got it. I'm in. Okay, Fuji. Okay. 10 mil. Okay, bag on.
Yeah, good breath sounds.
Great, okay, cricoid off.
That's improving.
Let's get his tube secured, transfer him upstairs. ENT is expecting him. Got it?
Yeah.
You should go with him.
No,
He'll want you to.
Let's go.
Good save.
That's what we do, right?
Are you finishing then?
Yeah. About today, the GMC thing.
I'd rather not go into it.
I know you held up talking to them for as long as you could, and I just wanted to say thank you. It helped me feel supported.
Do you think I did that because... You have no idea, do you?
I don't understand.
Don't.
Dylan!
Just don't. After you.
Bye-bye again. Bye-bye.
So the interrogations are over then?
Until the final hearing. Oh, listen. You'll get notification in writing, but he said that you will be called as a witness.
Well, I'm happy to do that for Dr. Nicholls, but I can only tell them what I told him.
No, you'll be called as a witness for the GMC.
Oh, right.
They said he's going to be all right.
Yeah, brachial plexus was okay. And I managed to repair the vascular damage. Doesn't look like much, does it? I thought he might want to keep it as a souvenir. It's been with him long enough.
He won't.
What did he tell you?
Speak to him. He might be a different person now it's gone.
I managed to speak to Debbie a bit earlier. She said you talked.
Yeah.
We met in a pub on a blind date, would you believe? I've never actually treated her for anything. She told you that, didn't she?
Whether you have or you haven't, it doesn't matter. You're having a relationship with a patient. If someone reports that to the GMC...
Look, I wasn't trying to hide anything. I just didn't want to make a big deal of it to Debbie until I knew if it was serious or not.
And is it serious?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Look, I'll take her off my list tomorrow. I should have done it before, but there's no need for... what I'm trying to say is this...
You know what? I'm not passing judgment on anyone today. Just sort your dad out, sort your life out. And, tell George that he's entitled to some counselling. Old soldier or not. And it's a lot better than it used to be. And tell him that no one passes judgment there either.
Is that personal experience?